What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy RC. It's RC9 Y'all know what time it is. We have a special guest today. She's by way of Jersey, but she is out in LA right now. Y'all, we have a special guest. Spirit Speaks is gonna be joining us today. We're gonna be talking about her brand, the things she's launching, what she's doing out here. She's a shaker and she's a mover. We're about to get to it, y'all. So y'all know the deal. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to come on in. There's no other better place to be than with the RC9 at 9, y'all. So if you have any kind of questions, any comments, feel free to do so in the question mark at the bottom of your screen. I'll get right to them, and we'll go ahead and square it away. But like I said, we have a special guest tonight. And she is out in LA right now, so we going to the West Coast. All right, so let's get in here. Spirit, I see you on here. Let's do it. Here we go. And
Hey,
we're connected.
you crazy.
What's going on, home
What's
Skillet?
happening?
What's happening? What's happening?
Listen, I'm just getting off of work, so now I'm like
Listen,
switching gears, like entrepreneur mood. Like the hat, just gotta switch them out.
you were talking about you moving. I had to switch mine out too because I was just in the delivery room delivering baby
Listen, I'm like, bro, do you want to reschedule? It is completely okay. I
Listen,
understand.
listen. We got to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing stops the
I
grind out here.
see. I respect the hustle. I do.
Listen,
I didn't mind rescheduling though.
I know I seen it, but I appreciate you getting the courtesy and
Okay.
understanding. I do appreciate it. Listen, I was out of this house about in the hospital 6 o'clock in the morning or so like that. And
Yeah.
I back here probably an hour ago. So you know what I'm saying? We don't stop. We don't stop.
Wow. I mean,
You
I
know?
respect it. This is a whole different level of respect that I've gained today for you because I can't believe you just brought life in today and now we're on this call.
And now we're on the call because the grind don't stop, baby. Because you know what? I knew this tonight was going to be a special night, not only because my son was born, also, you know, we've been meaning to link up and you know, and do this for a while. And now we got the chance to do it. And so, you know, you have a lot of things popping off on your end with your brand, your clothing line. So we're going to get all into it. We're going to get into it.
Hey, I'm here for it. Hold on, my mom is like, where y'all at? I'm trying to tune in.
Tell mom I said, what's up?
Okay.
Tell mom I said, what's up? So everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Do me a favor, y'all, and share this with your people. You see that airplane at the bottom? Go ahead and share it. You know, get them in here because, you know, Spirit got a lot to speak about. Because Spirit speaks, y'all. Spirit speaks.
Yes, I do a little something.
I do a little song. She over there glowing.
You know, keep it light. You know, nothing crazy.
Over there living her best life out in LA while we over here. Over here.
Oh, it's been getting a little cold in LA too, though. At nighttime, you definitely need a coat. It's real.
You definitely need a coat. You're going to need something. Yeah, you're right. Because I was talking to my friends out there, and he said, typically when it's hot over here, it's kind of chilly on your end. I was like, really? I was like, wow.
I think more like at nighttime.
Right. Because it was like
yeah, I think that the East Coast, you know, I'm from the East Coast, so I feel like we just carry more humidity in the air. So even at nighttime, it's still warm outside. But here at night, it's like, let me grab a jacket.
So let me grab a jacket. Let me get right into it. So, you know, without further ado, hope everybody's in here. Like I said, if y'all wasn't here before, if you have a question, a comment, or whatever, you can put your comments in. But you have a question, go ahead and drop it in that question mark box at the bottom, and I'll get right to it. We have on here with us RC9INTERVIEWS, the one and only Spirit, y'all. Look like my pound like.
Hey, you got to get some sound effects now. Now we have to add that into the RC9 interviews.
That's right. That's right. You know the vibes. So Spirit, thank you a million times over for accepting the invite to come and be a guest on RC9
Oh, of course. You know you're the homie. We go back some years now at this point. So of course, I got you.
Homie with the Virgo vibe. You know.
Hey.
So, man, so where do we begin? Now, we could begin from right where we're supposed to because we met in the fashion world, right? We met in good old the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
Yes, we did. Philadelphia held it down in that election. Shout out to y'all.
Yes, they did. they did it right. So,
Yeah.
and so, we go back into this fashion industry, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We want to, talk about the fashion because, listen, you not only model, you got your own brand, you got your management company, you got a lot of things going on.
When you say it, I get overwhelmed. God is a keeper.
Won't he do it? Look. That's why I got the shirt on. Be radical, pray. You feel me?
Listen, and I'm just minding my Black-owned business, so that's it.
So we're gonna get right into it right now. So briefly, I gave them a little, synopsis of who you are. Just state your information. Tell them who you are, what you're about, and we're gonna get right into it.
Okay. So you want me to repeat what you said?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, because
I can do that.
You probably could do a little better than me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm always so humble when I'm introducing myself. I'm always leaving something out. It's always people that are around me that are like, tell them that you do this too, and tell them that you do this too. But so my name is Spirit. My real name is Nitasia. For those that are on the NC now, we all family because y'all know my name. Shout out to my mama for that. She's on here. But I am an accountant first. But I'm also an entrepreneur. So I have a brand that's called Being Exposed. And I really started out with just like model management and doing photography and videography because it was about being exposed. So we were exposing them in the pictures, doing the video. And then eventually the business just evolved. And I'm like, hey, I wanted to give models more opportunities. But the only way I can get them a seat at the table was by building my own and collaborate and bringing my table next to other people's tables. So then I was like, okay, what should I do next? So now I'm working on the production side and doing fashion shows. So then I was able to book my models. And then even with that and the people that I worked with when I was doing modeling, I would collaborate with them on different shows. So then I got my models booked more. And this all originated in Texas. So then we grew the business even more. And I'm like, well, I want to be a part of more shows. So what can I do to get in the door? Because I can't do hair. I can't do makeup. Like, what other skill can I do if it's not my show? So then I was like, well, let me expand the brand and get into the fashion side. So then I launched Elite Nature, and here we are today.
So here we are today. Now, that was a mouthful and then some. So let's take it back to the beginning because you covered everything. We're gonna touch on everything that you talked about just now. But I want to know who is Spirit? Like who are you? How did you get to the point where you just start creating and start building and did you come from a family of entrepreneurs and innovators and creatives, or is this something that you just saw something that interests you just went with it?
Honestly, I feel like you are the company that you keep. So at the time, I just was around a lot of people that were entrepreneurs. So I can't really say it was just family, even though I feel like it still was in my blood because that's the way it just flows so easy. Favor ain't fair, hallelujah. But just my circle, my tribe, around a bunch of entrepreneurs, and it was like, hey, I need to figure out something outside of just being an accountant. Who am I? What are the things that I like to do? A lot of people, when it comes to you figuring out what your purpose and your passion is, it's something that you already like to do, and you just kind of walk in that thing. When I was younger, people always told me about like, oh, you have the perfect physique, you should model, and just that door opened up and led to all these other things. But I do prefer being on this side of the table.
So you prefer being behind the scenes, running the show, like doing all the. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. And I know I know we've had conversations before, and we touched on things like, listen, you're out of Jersey. You're a New Jersey native, correct?
Yes.
So you're a Jersey native, and isn't like between Jersey, LA, and Texas. Seems like those are your three spots right there.
Yes, they are all home for different reasons. They reached me in different places and stages of my life. So, yeah, I rock with LA. I love Texas. My mom is still there. My sister is still there. And then all of my family there in the Northeast. So it's dope.
Wow. So now you briefly, while you were introducing yourself, you touched on, and we're not going to touch on this long, you touched on that you do accounting. You are an accountant.
Yes. That's what I went to school for. Yeah.
You went to school for accounting. Now that's a demanding job in itself. I mean, we know this.
Oh, yes.
So how do you have the time to be an accountant and then still springboard into this other stuff? Like, where does your drive come from?
Listen,
Give me the secret.
the source above, because listen, it is not me. I look at my life sometimes and I don't know how I get it done, but then that's when I realize it's not really me. Like, you know, staying prayed up really makes a huge difference in me being able to accomplish all the things that I do from day to day.
Okay.
But it's not easy. Trust me, I have hit my valleys, but I just kind of keep pushing.
Wow. Wow. And so what's your overall end goal? Before, you know, I'm going to jump forward real quick. What is your end goal and everything that you're building, everything that you're doing, everything you're striving for? Because I know you're meeting a lot of people, making a lot of connections. And you're not just mediocre with it, because I've seen your work. I've seen your work ethic, and I've seen how you get down. You're very detailed, very precise, and very intentional about everything you put out. You're not just, you know, making a shirt and bam, oh, let me just so I can get a quick buck. You're focused. So what is your end goal at the end of the day when everything's all said and done?
I mean, honestly, the biggest thing with everything from being exposed to Elite Nature is I'm legacy building. I want everything that I'm doing to live past me. So I'm very big on touching people and changing lives. And I just happen to do that with fashion, art, and entertainment.
Okay. Wow. So now with that, so let's go back. All right. The management. So you say you do model management, correct? Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the first things. I mean, I got introduced to you when I first got introduced into you was as a model, and also having you as a designer, you know, having your own clothing line. So those are the first two things that was introduced to me about you when we connected. Then I found out that you had the whole modeling management thing going on. So with that, you have all these things going on. You have to have a team.
I do. Listen, this ship does not run itself. So we're spread out. So I have people in the tri-state area. So that's, you know, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, people in New York. My biggest base is in Texas because that's where the brand originated. And then I even have a team out here. So we're actually working on some things now to, pending COVID and all of that. And then I also have some people in Hawaii. And I connected with the team in Hawaii because I was booked out there to do a product photo shoot with another brand. So, like, you know, they booked me just to do the model management side because I'm just very good with people and just organizing everything. So went out there and the models were so great. And I was like, you know what, there's a team here. And then I told them about the brand. They were interested, signed contracts right away. And now we're as far as Hawaii. So it's cool.
Wow, that's a blessing right there. So as far as the management team, you know, having a model management going on and you building a team, how do you get people to buy into your vision, to what you're doing? Like I said, you know, how do you get them to buy into it? Like, who are you? Why should I be with you? Like, you know,
I mean, half the time they started as models, or, you know, I picked up people from just being at fashion shows and someone that looks up to me or like, hey, I want to be a part of y'all. And being exposed, we are here for everybody. We are here for those that wouldn't necessarily get that opportunity. For me, I'm just like a beginning stage for models. So I'm just giving them the tools that they need to make it to the next level. I want them to get signed by the major modeling agencies, and I want to get them ready and tell them what to expect. But there are a lot of models, you know, just in this industry, you know, you have to be a certain size or you have to be a certain height. And even sometimes you may have all of that and you just don't fit the vision that the designer has in their head and you don't get the opportunity. But with me, you will always have the opportunity. And I build you up that even when you get those no's, it's like, it's okay. Dust it off because they know they're coming back to a family. We're going to love on them and embrace them. So it gets hard.
So basically, you have it's like a boot camp for you, huh?
We have a model development program. So we teach everything from runway to social etiquette to how to build your model resume, how to dress, the things that you need in your model bag at a fashion show. Like, these are things that they don't necessarily tell you.
Now, is this something that if someone wants to sign up, because I did see there's a link and there's forms for people to fill out if they are interested in your bio online on Instagram. Now, is this a fee to sign up for your organization?
No, it's a completely free program. This is just something that God gave me in the lives that I've been able to touch. It, like, when you see the how great it is for somebody's life where they come in and they're like, hey, I don't even know, I've always had this dream and I want to do something great,
Right.
but I don't know where I fit in this. And then you kind of love on them and kind of help them discover what their passion is. Every model that has walked through being exposed has not necessarily just been a model. Some of them have launched their own brands, from having makeup lines and their own clothing lines,
Wow.
and their own, you know, they had their lash business and stuff. Like for me, because this is something I had to do to make it in this industry, I had to pick up other skills to be in the industry, so that even if I decided, hey, I don't want to model anymore, I have something else to still be in the industry. So I kind of teach that to them. We're not just going to be models in this industry and be just models, because we need to have a backup plan. And then even for the models that are seeing me, I'm showing like, hey, you can have a full-time job and still live this life, and, you know, and still run a business. They know it's possible because they see me doing it.
So you found a way to create multiple streams of income for yourself.
Yeah.
Basically in the same industry.
Yeah.
So you became it's very important. I tell people all the time, it's very important to be versatile. You know, if you're good at one thing, then you better be exceptional and be on point.
Yeah.
But also find other avenues and ways that you could diversify your portfolio, your creative portfolio, and otherwise business portfolio. Because once one door closed, at least you got other streams that's coming to feed you. So I love the hustle. I love the fact that you're constantly in your grind, and that you're behind the scenes. You're not boastful or prideful about it.
Oh no.
You really help a lot of people. You put a lot of people into a lot of game.
Yeah.
And so I think, in answering my own question I asked you earlier, like what causes people to buy into it, I think it's your genuineness, just the fact that you have a heart for people. It's your spirit. Look, your spirit speaks.
That's
just
where
like
the
your
name came from.
Your
like, yes. Yes, that's where it came from. Like I didn't start off as spirit, but I've just been groomed just from me going through my different trials in this game.
So now let's talk about that real quick. Spirit speaks. What is it about spirits? Are you religious? Are you a spiritual individual? Like spirit speaks. Talk about that name.
I'm a Christian. Shoot, I love God. You love God. What's wrong with you?
Talk about it.
Nah, I'm a Christian. So, and for me, I'm not one that, even if you don't believe, you're not a believer. Right. Like,
what happened? The sound just went out.
Okay, sorry guys. I just came in because people don't respect my time. How do I put this in do not disturb? You see how the enemy just come to disrupt
who we got? He just came right on up in there.
Like, seriously.
Come on, man.
But no, I'm not one that throws it in face. And I've had messages from different people that have spoken to my life, and I've even been told that, hey, in this industry, I see you, and somebody may not necessarily know that you are a Christian, but there's going to be a light that you bring to the table where they're going to say it's something about her, and that's him. Like, it is really not me. I am just one person, and for all the things that I do to flow so smoothly, trust me, I'm not that great. It's definitely God.
Wow, we ain't gonna get churchy on here, because when you were talking
we get churchy.
We can get it in real quick. Have a whole revival on here.
We're going to stay on track today. Time.
But I will mention that one of the things that I thought about when it concerns you is how the scripture says your gift will make room for you and bring you before great people. So it's saying, like, you're allowing your gift to do that. You're sensitive to the gift the gifts that God has given to you, and you're sensitive to His the leading of His Spirit, and so His Spirit speaks through you. So that Spirit speaks makes a lot of sense. Connecting the dots.
Put it together for the people.
Put it together for the people. So, and what you're doing right now, like, this has been a trying year for a lot of people. But it's I look at this year in two ways. I said this has been a year of pressure. Pressure is the thing, right? And I said pressure does two things, and I broke this year down in two ways. And you can look, how they say, look at the cup as half empty or half full.
Yeah.
Well, I look at my cup as running over, because I know the God that I serve. Come on, somebody.
Yeah. Though, that's real.
But this year was a pressure year. And I said pressure busts pipes, right? But pressure also creates diamonds.
Yeah.
So being on this year, a lot of our pipes were busted in many different ways, for the good and some,
Very true. Very
not
true.
so much. But this year has also, this pressure also created a lot of diamonds.
Yeah.
And I know for me, and me rebranding, restructuring, me becoming
Mm-hmm.
innovative, world shutting down. You're like, okay, you got to get in your creative bag now. What you gonna do? You got to start. You got to tap in. And that's when you pressured. That's when that's when the best supposed to come out of you. So that's when I started finding the diamonds. Like in the minds of my soul, in the minds of my life. So talk about your diamond. So you have a diamond, elite nature.
Yes.
Talk about elite nature. Because
like,
during this whole thing with the Black Lives Matter movement,
we're going to be done with this call. So elite nature, that just was, I needed something that defined the fashion style. Like, being exposed, it has its own identity, even though it is the parent company to elite nature, because essentially being exposed is what birthed elite nature from these girls and these men that I've worked with throughout these years. And I just needed something that says top of the top, like, you are the head and not the tail. And that's what elite nature is saying to the people. But I also, like, I love women's fashion. Like, that is my niche, and I can't really step outside of that. So that's why I created the unisex brand, which is where Elite Nature apparel comes in. So we have the Elite Nature, and then we have Elite Nature apparel. So the Elite Nature apparel, that's the side where, I mean, every single design, I've created it. And there are phrases that I identify with, from saying Black without apology, because I am Black without apology, from saying like Black excellence, and I'm minding my Black owned business and just speaking life. I'm a queen. We have the I am king, and we have the matching mask, and of course my favorite, legacy building. Like, this is what we need to be doing as a people. And sometimes you don't need to speak with your mouth, but speak with what you're wearing. Let that do the talking for you. You don't have to say anything.
Come on, let your
and
spirit
that's the same
speak.
thing with my fashion. Like, I have a bunch of, as you can see, like over here, I have a bunch of statement items that when a woman walks in Elite Nature fashion, from the fedora to the outfits, the jumpsuits, all that, it's just gonna say class and chic, and like, I need to know who she is. It, like, the whole essence when she flows in is going to speak for her before she has to say a word.
Wow, that's amazing. And just to touch on that, I've met a few members of your family, and so I just want to touch on, like, where do you get your sense of fashion from? Because I know, you and your family can rag, because I seen them.
Listen, that really come from the bloodline. The way I dress, my mama dressed, my grandmother dressed, like, we just, that's just, I come from a family of people. My aunt, she's up here, I think she just said something. My family, I have family in Arizona as well. Shout out to y'all there. But like, we love to look good, because when you look good to you, you feel good. I can't just say when you look good, but when you feel like you look good, it just changes your whole, the way you walk, the way you talk. You got a whole different swag.
Got a whole different swag.
Yeah.
And so you took that, what's in your bloodline, you incorporate obviously into your business, into everything that you do, and it's contagious. And so walking as a Black woman, with your head held high, and showing that Black excellence, and showing that you mind your Black owned business, and it's like it empowers not only other women, but also men, like myself, to follow suit. Like, wait a minute,
everybody,
this is stepping her game up. Now, as a man, I need to be stepping my game up.
Listen. If we raising the bar, you could raise. Like, we just on that climb up, and it's not like we're all about leveling up, but it's not leveling up against my neighbor. But it's like, okay, I have a goal here. Oh, I've reached this. I'm not just gonna stop here and be content. Where am I going next? And when you're also surrounded by people that have that same type of energy and vibe, you're just always on go. Like, me talking to some of my friends about all the stuff I'm doing, that's not like, oh, wow, because they're all doing a bunch of things. So it's like, that's encouraging that, like, you know what? I have an accountability partner, and when it gets rough, I can talk to somebody, and I know that they're going to celebrate my successes, and they're going to be there when pick me up when I fall. Because, we all fall sometimes, especially being an entrepreneur and trying to build up a brand. It's not easy.
Absolutely. So in building up your brand, I know, every entrepreneur, every business owner, endures different trials and tribulations,
Yeah.
potholes and
Yeah.
pitfalls and things of that nature. And sometimes it comes from your own people.
Yeah.
In your particular industry, you know,
Mm-hmm.
from your own black community, and maybe get some hate from other females, other guys.
Yeah.
How do you deal with those obstacles? How do you deal with this opposition when you feel that, you know, somebody say, oh, she ain't all that, who she thinks she is, and hating
I
on you?
don't
They don't even
really
know you.
have that problem.
They're hating on what they see.
Sir, I can't identify with this question because I don't see things like that.
Okay.
I don't consume it, so I can't even tell you what a reaction because I literally wouldn't even see it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you never
Next
encountered
question.
anything where you had an issue with a female or anything about nothing?
No, because I just don't worry about that type of stuff. Like, I'm so focused that I don't have time for that. If it's not in alignment with where I'm going, it just, I can't even see it, like, at all. So I don't have those kind of problems. Even if somebody had an issue with me, they would just be dealing with that themselves.
Is that something that you purposely ignore, or you really just don't see it at all?
I don't see it. Like, I've never really had any problems like that, but I'm also good energy. So I've never really had where it's like beefs and all of that type of stuff, especially in the industry. Everybody really gets along with me, and if they don't, like, they're just not around me. Like,
right.
I don't see it.
Wow. So that's great to hear. That's like far and few to hear a comeback like that for a question.
I just never had the problem. That's good. Like, listen, I'm cool people, so it's like, if I even had a real beef with someone and told someone, they would be so shocked because I'm so laid back. Like, you know, people see me as a diva, but when they get to know me, they're like, wow, like, she's real down to earth.
So all right, you never had, maybe from your counterparts, like other designers, other models, like, so you never had any issues with customers or people mishandling your clothes or saying they're going to do something, didn't do it, or didn't pay you on time, or, you know?
I mean, yeah, I've had stuff like that, but like paying on time, but it's just about giving grace. So it's always something that can be fixed. And even if I took a L on some money or somebody, like, I get, like, I have multiple streams of income. So it's like, even if something is held up here, it's like I'm flourishing in other areas. So it's like, you know what? You know, just let it go.
Okay, great. So, question: far as your schooling, where did you go to school at for accounting? Where did you graduate from?
I went to Goldie Beacon College in Delaware.
In Delaware, that's awesome. And I have a question from somebody who asked a question in the room just about 9 minutes ago. Looked like brown skin Jess. She asked, do you incorporate your accounting degree into your business? Because, you know, I was wondering the same thing, because you have a lot of things going on. So I was like, how do you manage your business world you got to use the accounting in there somewhere, because it's all money. You got to use it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, managing the finances of the business, tax time, like, you know, that's where my accounting, you know, background really is beneficial. You know, there are a lot of businesses that have failed just because of the finances in their books not being in order. So I'm like the best of both worlds, because I can handle and do all that stuff in-house. And then even as I expand and maybe outsource a role like that, I know at least what needs to be done. So immediately I can spot if something is off. So whereas even when you think of entertainers, you know, they're suing their accountants because, you know, they mishandled their money because they don't know, like, they kind of let them do their role and they just, you know, continue to be the talent. But whereas for me, because I have this as my professional background, one day it'll be in the background, I don't know, but one day, and if that happens, I know what to look for because of that. So I mean, it plays a big part, but for me, I love being an accountant. I always wanted to be an accountant since I was a child. I just didn't know what the name, like, what it was of what I wanted to do. Discovered that in high school.
So that just shows me that everything is really working together for the good.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And I'm seeing just the type of mindset you have to have as an accountant. You know, but like I said, you know, we know that accounting is not an easy job. You crunch your numbers, you figure things out. Like, it's like you're an engineer of numbers. You're an engineer of numbers. You put stuff together, like, figure this out, and it's like a whole jigsaw puzzle and everything else. And so it seems like having a mindset like that, and then on top of being a creative and an entrepreneur, really gives you the edge, because it gives you some type of structure to
you might as well just answer the questions for me. Yes, I'm just like, that, all that.
Because I'm thinking about it as I'm going along.
See, you're talking to me and I just can nod because we really know each other in real life. So all good. But yes, exactly what you're saying. The accounting side of me, that's like my technical gift, and I'm very good at it. But the thing with being exposed in Elite Nature is it allows me to explore the creative side of me. Just because, like, not everybody's the same type of creative, and this is my creative flow. Being able to do fashion shows and turn venues and make it like so beautiful and create those experiences for people, that's my creative flow.
Listen, you might need to make a t-shirt about that, saying this is my creative flow. That might need to be a t-shirt.
Listen, you know, we come up with these things, so I'm here for it. I like that.
Listen, just real
coming spring 2021.
Talk about it. I just want to drop a little note for y'all. If y'all not already doing so, please do so. Follow on Instagram, Spirit Speaks. Follow Being Exposed. That's BEINXPOSED.
Yes.
Got to follow Elite Nature. Come on, somebody. Apparel. Elite Nature Apparel. If you listen, just the way it sounds, that's how it is. Look it up, Elite Nature Apparel, and also you have another page called Elite Nature Fashion.
Yeah, so the Elite Nature Fashion, that's the boutique, the women's boutique, Elite Nature Fashion, and then a unisex collection with all of the things like Minding My Black-owned Business, Black Without Apology, Legacy Building. That is on the Elite Nature Apparel side.
Wow,
but they're all under the same house. Like
you got a whole empire over here. You building.
Listen, I'm trying. Listen, I'm trying legacy building. Like, I have to have multiple streams. When you look at these millionaires and these billionaires, they have their hands in so many different things. Like, I don't have time to play with it.
Wow. So it's a lot of entrepreneurs in this room right now. There's a lot of go-getters here. And one of the questions that was just asked by Mrs. Angela Wright, excuse me, she said, how are you moving during the pandemic? Because we know the pandemic has affected a lot of business, a lot of sales, you know, in different ways. People can't go to events and throw parties like they used to. So, even though people are still doing it, but they can't do it, and you know, like they once could. So how did you re-strategize, restructure, shift during this pandemic?
Well, I'm not saying that this whole COVID, I mean, I think that it's been very unfortunate, especially all the lives that have been lost and the people that have been affected by this virus. But it also, with COVID, it allowed people to have a moment to sit down and be still. And even in my life, I've just always been on go, and I'm always doing this and I'm always doing that. And I'm always at work, and then from work I have to go here and do this and do that. And I was forced to sit down. Like, even in my accounting career, I've been working from home since March. Like, I have not stepped a foot in the office to work since March. I've been in accounting for 10 years, and this is the first time I've ever worked from home as an accountant in this capacity. And also with that, it allowed me to kind of cook up and rebrand. Elite Nature Apparel, that was launched this summer. I taught myself that whole world on YouTube, watching a ton of videos, learning how to design and create t-shirt designs, and you know, the whole shipping, like, learned on YouTube. But that's because I actually was home and had time to really say, hey, what else is it that I want to do? Because also, when, like, you never expect like a worldwide pandemic where people can literally just lose their job. There's so many people that lost their jobs, and it's so unfortunate. But the one thing, like, even if I lost my 9 to 5 because like the company just shut down because you can't go to work, when you have your own business and businesses, you still always have something that's yours. So even if a rug is getting pulled, you're not getting completely pulled under, because part of that rug is mine. That, like, I'm the CEO of that. And then when you look at it, is you also don't want to limit yourself to just doing one thing. If you have multiple skills, do multiple things. Do it. Don't let anybody tell you that your dreams are too crazy or that you're doing too much. Maybe they're not doing enough, or that maybe they just don't vibrate at your frequency where they really can see through your eyes, you know?
You said the right
But
thing.
you know
Vibrate.
what? I'm not going there
Come on.
with you. I'm
Come
not
on.
going there with you tonight.
If you're not vibrating by frequency, understand what I'm saying? Like, you need to dial into the right frequency. Understand what I'm saying? So I think that this year has taught us, you know, like you said in so many words, it taught us to have your own, create your own.
Yeah.
Don't just. I mean, 9 to 5 is good. It may pay your bills.
Yes,
and
it's great. I do both, so I get it.
Right, that's a stream of income, but that's not
Yes.
it should be your only stream of income.
Exactly.
Right. Just, you know, a lot of people think it's because they work and have 9 to 5. You know, they don't have time for a side hustle or start their own LLC, whatever the case may be. But you know, we have to learn what am I good at? What can I use, you know, to make more money?
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, it was cutting grass. It was doing landscape. You know, doing the paper routes.
Yeah.
But now we in another time. We're in another era. We have so much more to our access. You know, we can do so much more. We have this right here. It's free. What we're doing right now. We chop it up and we're sharing our resources and we're highlighting different people and connecting people. So I advise everybody, if you have a gift, explore it, perfect it, learn it, do what you need to do, and go capitalize off of it because
if you can, because there's some people that just don't want to do it. They are content with that. They are completely happy with that lifestyle. And if that lifestyle is for you, that lifestyle is for you. And that's okay. There's not no right or wrong to your life. Like, but for those that have that itching, that burning desire saying, hey, I feel like this is not it. This is not where I'm going to end up at. This can't be just it. When you have that and you're asking yourself these questions, or you're really just feeling unfulfilled in what you're doing in this 9 to 5, you know, maybe it is, you know, maybe it's motivation for you to try to launch and see what it is that you're passionate and good at. Because for me, I love accounting. Like I said, I've always wanted to do it since I was younger as a teenager. But even when my first 5 years in accounting, well, not even, I think I started being exposed probably within the year of accounting. But that's just because in the first month, it's like, hey, I graduated college. You know, I felt like I was in a stage where, like, I got my job, I got the guy, like this is life, but it didn't feel like this is life. Like something is missing. So then I discovered that passion and built it. But that worked for me. And there are a lot of people that type of walk would work for, but some that don't, they'll be fine as well. But if you feel empty, let's try to look into filling that.
One question I do have is, how do you a lot of people that prevents one key thing that prevents people from moving to the next level and to exploring different options and leveling up to become an entrepreneur or creative, whatever it is they desire to be, is that big 4-letter word, FEAR, fear. How do you get past, you know, for the people who are watching, how do you get past your fear, those checkpoints of fear, just to get to the other side?
So, you know, God didn't give me a spirit of fear or whatever.
Come on.
But no. I mean, sometimes I'm gonna keep it a buck. Sometimes I feel scared when I'm doing it, but I'm just still gonna do it because I will feel better with myself if I tried and failed than me not trying at all. Because then I have that question of what if? What if I tried? Where would I be if I tried? So I'd rather answer that. If I fall flat on my face, and I have, it's like, oh, you know what? This doesn't work for me. Let me switch gears. And when you are a person of multiple gifts, it ain't nothing to just switch gears and reroute. Because maybe in this season, this just isn't for me. But I'm going to come back, and I'm going to see you again.
That's right.
We're going to revisit this stage. So
she said,
I just got to push past myself. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, you ain't dealing with no 6-shooter over here. You got to hold the shit."
Listen. Got to level. I'm gonna get a little bit more experience, and then I'm gonna come back, and we're gonna see what's good.
That's right. But I think the key thing is that we have to keep on pressing forward. We have,
no
matter what. One of the things I've learned from even one of my older mentors in business, that you keep moving forward. Keep moving forward, no matter what. Just keep moving forward. No matter what kind of trials, tribulations, setbacks, how many no's you get. Just keep moving forward, because it's a thing that we all learn in school. It's called the law of probability. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I think about that with a deck of cards. Listen, I keep on turning over the cards. I'm gonna have to come across an ace sooner or later. It's 4 aces in the deck. I gotta keep going.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to happen. You're gonna come across an ace. But if you stop flipping, you ain't never gonna see it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
we have to keep pressing on. Somebody asked a question, Bay Goods 9 said, how much time do you set aside specifically to focus on networking, and how do you approach that?
I feel like a lot of my circle is tied to certain things that I do. They all, like all of my circle speaks to different parts of me. So for me, I'm kind of constantly networking because I'm always building relationships with them. And we all are very big on, if I meet somebody that might be great for you or vice versa, I just know I'll get that connection. Like, for instance, even you and I, if I met somebody that I know fits something that you and I were talking about, I'm just going to plug you guys.
Right.
And with you guys both trusting me, you guys are just going to have that kind of trust for each other already, because I introduced them. I'm not going to connect you if it didn't have purpose. Right. So it's just like a constant thing, because once I connect with somebody, I continue to build with that. You know, and there's some people, it's not like I have time to talk to people every day, but when you're talking to people that are match your lifestyle, you don't need to talk every day to get the full grasp of what's going on. Right. But I still stay connected. You know, even if we talking quarterly, we may do a 1 hour. I think we don't talk often, but when we do talk, we're on the phone for like 2 hours catching up on everything. Exactly. And then we may not talk for a couple of months. And that's just how it is.
Exactly. So it goes back to saying you gotta tune into people who's on your frequency.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because, you know, I mean, it's okay to talk to people who's not on your frequency, because you may help them to get on your frequency, because that's where they may need to be. But if we do spend too much time tuning into people who are not on our frequency, it actually could hold us back, could drain us, deplete us of our energy, time, and now we're spending energy that we shouldn't be spending.
Yeah. And I also believe that you should always have somebody pouring in. So you said something that was very important. You said one of my older mentors, because you have somebody that you can call on that is pouring into you. But then at the same time, you have people that are on your same level and grinding, like, for instance, you and I. And then we also have people that we pour into. But so it's also about having balance, because you don't have one of these, like, you are going to feel off. So it's like, hey, I don't have a mentor. Well, maybe that's something that you need to be looking into.
Absolutely.
If you're not pouring into somebody, something's wrong with that. You need to have people that are on your level. Iron sharpens iron.
Yes, it does. Come on, because she's in the Bible. She's in the Bible.
You know,
she's trying to preach. Like, I don't think y'all catching her, but she is.
You so crazy. Listen, you know, I'm hiding right now. I'm on camera and I want to hide.
She in the word, but that's right. Iron does sharpen iron, and that's a fact of life. You know, that's a biblical principle, but that's just a proven fact of life.
Yeah.
They say all the time, if you want to be successful, start hanging around successful people. If you want to be a millionaire, hang around millionaires. You want to be a big, you know, see what they doing, see what's up.
Get them on the team,
right? Get them on the team. Find out. Listen, you have to be bold and resilient. You can't be timid and like, oh well, you ain't never gonna get nowhere like that.
Yeah. Sometimes that don't work, but then sometimes God is supposed to surprise too. He might just be like, "Dang, I wasn't even looking. They called me. I wasn't even expecting." Like, but it just, you still got to be ready. You still got to be ready.
You definitely have to be ready. So, you have we know Thanksgiving coming up. We know people do that Black Friday sales. You have any sales and specials coming up for Elite Nature? Like, talk about it.
Well, next weekend, it's crazy because Thanksgiving is next week. This is just a crazy time. Like, we're in November.
Thanksgiving is next week?
Look at the calendar.
No. Well, I'll be about a son of a monkey's uncle.
You are funny. Yes.
Yo, it's time to eat. I'm ready for it.
Listen, I'm just trying to gain a couple little pounds, you know, get a little thick for the people. No. But okay, so let's stay on track. Next weekend, I will be having Black Friday sales. That Saturday will be Small Business Saturday. So the sales are just going to be extending into the weekend. And then Monday is that Cyber Monday. So that whole weekend, it's going to be some good deals. So even if you want to wait, that's cool. If you want to buy now, that's cool too.
So wait a minute. So in order for them to get a hold of sales, they could tap into which website?
Any of the websites. It just kind of depends on what you're interested in. Right now, being exposed, like, I'm doing one-on-one virtual meetings with people, but we're not doing any fast shows right now because we want to keep people safe. And my type of experiences, they're very intimate, so we can't do that right now. However, for the Elite Nature Apparel, that's the unisex brand, so it's for men and women.
Okay.
And then we have the Elite Nature Fashion, so that's just the women's boutique, that, you know, high energy chic wear. And there's going to be sales on both sites, and they'll probably have even the same code just to kind of be in sync with one another. Okay. But we'll have some big sales. So on the social medias, Elite Nature Apparel and Elite Nature Fashion, I'll be making the announcements there of the different promo codes that people can use for their different deals.
Wow. You said you also do mentoring as well and coaching?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so for people who want to get into that, what's the best contact?
That's where they will go to beingexposed.com, and then there's like a join list, and you can just kind of put in information. Right, I have like a notes section, so you can kind of put what it is that you're looking for, because not everybody needs the same thing from me, and that's what's needed.
Wow. So you have, she has everything connected, y'all.
Yes.
Get with the pro. I mean, if you're starting up a business, if you're struggling and need some kind of guidance, assistance, hit up Spirit.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm quite sure, you know, whatever her fee of services is, she'll definitely help you out, because
yes.
she has the format, she has the structure, and
yes.
And we need to get with this Black excellence.
At that part.
Right. So now that I brought up the word, because I wanted to ask you that. You know, we've been hearing that all year, Black excellence, especially with the Black Lives Movement, you know, everything pro-Black, and that's great. I'm glad I'm seeing it. What does Black excellence mean to you?
I mean, it means being the top of the top. It means you being the best version of you in the skin that you're in. You're not comparing yourself to anybody else. You are on this mountaintop because you are there just because of who you are. And you'll constantly be involved because that's what you choose to do. It's about running your life, controlling your life. And every goal you want to get, you are capable of it. You are the only one that can be in your way. Being Black excellent.
Being Black excellent.
Shamelessly Black.
But you said, what you say, famously Black?
I said being shamelessly Black.
Oh, shamelessly Black.
Yes, being excellent. Wow. In all that you do, putting your best foot forward.
Love the melanin that you're in.
Yes, exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. You need to put that on one. So y'all that are on here, don't let him front. He has a brand as well, and I have some family up here, so I want you to talk about it. Yes, I'm putting you on the spot. Yes.
Wow, this is how we do. Wait, I thought I was interviewing you.
Listen, sir, talk about it. What you say? Talk about it.
Talk about it. Well, since you want to talk about it, listen, everybody. You know, you can go online on Instagram right now. I have a company called Dis9Art. DIS, the number 9 art. And what I did, you know, I'm a photographer. I'm a creative. I'm a jack of all trades as well. I started this in the pandemic, and I started taking some of the portraits that I started you know, shooting different people, and I said, you know what, I can make art out of this. Let me diss my own art. So I called it Dis9 Art, like I'm dissing my art. And so what I did was, I don't have a shirt around me at the time, but if you go onto my website, www.rc9visions.com /shop. And if you go onto this Instagram page, Dis9Art, you can see 3 of the shirts that I dropped already. I have about 5 of them that's actually printed out and in circulation. They're doing really well. So I just decided to diss my art, you know, do something creative with it and getting more to the art realm. My goal and plan is by February to have my first art exhibition.
Really?
Yes, in a Black art gallery.
Oh, we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that. So, you know, I got some stuff going on here other than this interview. And
I didn't get that in the last update. So, yes. You heard it here first.
We got some stuff popping off over here. So, if y'all want to mosey on over to Dis9Art, do so. Make sure y'all support my homegirl, Spirit Speaks, because she have Being Exposed going on. She got Elite Nature Apparel. Listen, y'all want to capitalize off of those we said, Cyber Mondays, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. Listen, get to it.
Yes.
Hey, come on. We still in the Black Lives Matter. We still in pro-Black business.
Listen.
Let's keep the money in the house.
Listen, say it again.
Let's keep the money in the house. And hit her up. If you don't know what the code is, go on her website. DM her.
And DM me too. Even if you're like, hey, Spirit, I only know your Instagram. Where do I need to go? Like, you can DM just Spirit Speaks, and I can direct you to where you need to be. I can't say I'm actively on Twitter or Instagram and all that, but I do check it at least once a day. So you will hear from me within 24 hours.
Question: do you have anything for little babies?
No, not yet. I do have some Elite Babies, and I want to, because I just launched the Elite Nature apparel for the adults. I want to just like work that gift first, and then eventually, usher into having more things for the little ones.
Okay.
One thing at a time. Is levels,
He says levels to this. You gotta pace yourself. You can't get ahead of yourself. You gotta pace yourself, and you're doing. Like I'm over here looking at your Instagram pages for the different pages you have. I'm on Elite Nature and fashion right now. I'm like, wow, this is some like really some high end stuff, like some some high fashion apparel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's elite apparel. I don't even
we didn't come to play.
This
collection didn't come to play. So yeah, with nothing that I'm not coming to play. I'll play, but I'm not coming to play. Let's handle this business first. We work hard and then we play.
Wow. So, I know you had mentioned before because, a lot of things we were restricted to do a lot of things because of the pandemic. But what else is coming up? I know you've launched a website. I know you're pushing out this brand. So is that your focus right now? What do you have coming up other than that?
So those are the main things right now. I'm looking into how I can put together some type of fashion show in LA. That's always been a goal of mine. But like, that's just kind of just depending on what happens in the world in its entirety. And then also I'm working on a book right now, and my book is all about self-confidence. I'm looking to release the book in the spring.
Okay.
And accounting wise, I'm also working on my CPA license right now. So I actually test next month for one of the parts, and I have a lot going on.
Listen, you heard what she said before. She changed it. She said Black excellent.
Listen,
we didn't say it excellent. We just Black excellent.
Yeah.
Exclamation point.
Gotta walk in that. Really gotta believe that. Have the confidence that you are who you are.
And I think that's going to be a great book for a lot of people to read. And I can't wait till that come out. We'll bring you back on and interview about that as well. I want to get my hands on that book about self-confidence because, even if no matter how confident you think you are, there's still some areas and some things that you could pick up from somebody else, some pointers that you can add to your arsenal of confidence. And I just want everybody to know it's a difference between being cocky and confident.
It's a big difference.
It's a big difference. So don't get the two C's mixed up.
Yeah, no, they're not. Like, I'm I'm the one that I build everybody up around me. You're not going to be around me and not feel this light. Like, that is my goal, to make some type of impartation.
Right. That's major goals. And in other words, you're paying it forward.
Yeah, somebody paid it forward to me, and I'm paying it forward to others. But it's not something I try to do. It's literally who I am. Like, even talking to family, I have family, they're launching various businesses, friends, and, even if it's not a business thing, it could be a personal thing. If it's something that I walk through and I kind of know the ropes, I'm going to share what I know, even if it's as I'm learning it. If I'm learning a resource and I know you're interested in it, I'll share it with you. It's no problem. It's about us all coming up, because we can be either doing the same thing and both be successful, or doing something completely different and be successful. It's no competition. I'm in my own lane.
Wow. Somebody just asked right now, very good. Nine said, are you doing a pre-order on the book?
I'm not sure yet. Right now, like, I have so many things on my plate that, like, I'll pause one thing while I'm working on another thing. So right now, even anything related to my book is on pause until December 20th after I take my exam. Okay. So
she's focused, y'all. She's locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in. I gotta be. I have 4 different things that I'm locked in on, and then also still catering to family and friends, and making sure I cultivate that, because people are important, and I also never want, like, my friends and family to feel like because I work so much I'm too busy for them. So also being accessible, but still being able to do what I need to do.
Wow. Somebody said she's buying real estate. I was getting ready to say,
yes,
it's like she's playing Monopoly over here. She's just trying to get the hotel, the house, boardwalk, everything.
A couple years, yeah. That's down the line. I am. So he knows.
Right.
She knows. I'm not sure who said that.
Leo 302.
Okay. Yeah.
So one of the things, like you're New Jersey native, you out in LA right now.
Yeah.
Tell us. You know, we hear a lot of people going out west, and it seems like it's more opportunity out there. The grind is different, the hustle is different.
Yeah.
What are some of the differences you see out on the West Coast versus on the East Coast?
I feel like I'm just around a lot more like-minded people, that especially those that even have the 9-to-5s but have side hustles. Okay. The further west I go, the more I see it. And you know, it encourages you when everyone is doing something, like, and not everybody's doing the same thing. So I want to make sure I'm clear about that. Not everybody around, they're all doing the same things, but they're all just doing so many different things. So something else that I do, I am the professional development chairperson of the Los Angeles Urban League of Young Professionals. So like, even adding that on my plate, everybody I'm around, we all have a million things, and they all touch a different part of me. There are levels to me, and each thing that I do speaks to something that I identify with. So I'm touching every part of myself.
Okay. Wow. So the grind, listen, the grind is different. You like,
it just becomes more second nature because you're around it all the time. It's just second nature for people. But I mean, honestly, even when I lived in Texas and I lived in California, I had moved back to the East Coast for a little bit because that's when we connected. Right. It just happened that I just became this person, and I just started attracting like-minded people. Like, we connected, and even over the last couple of years, we've just kind of done a whole bunch of different things and grown even in more roles than when we first met each other and was doing. So it's like, I just kind of, like, coming out of here, coming from California and coming from Texas, I just started attracting all those type of people.
Wow. So like you said, you put out a certain energy, you're going to get back what you put out. And so you're definitely attracting the right energy and the right persons to you that'll help you, not only motivate you, but help you also, you know, also level up. So I'm glad to hear you out there doing great things. Is there any other things that you wanted to drop on us before we check out of here? Because you showed us a lot already, and we want to explore more when we go to your website. I wasn't
expecting us to go an hour, so this is good. Just make sure you guys follow me. We have Spirit Speaks, we have Being Exposed, we have Elite Nature Fashion and Elite Nature Apparel, and my book will be dropping in the spring 2021. Wow. Look forward to a fashion show in LA, and within the next year and a half, hopefully. So that's everything.
Listen, I'm putting a plug. You make sure you let me know about that fashion wallet, because I want to be one of the MCs.
Okay, you would be such a good MC. Okay, yeah, we can talk about that offline.
Listen, I'm out there. Listen, and I'm gonna bring my little prince, with me. I'm like, come on, Prince, help me
energy, yes, all that.
So no, I definitely appreciate you today for just
all love, all light,
and really giving us. You gave some game today, and I know a lot of people are thinking differently, and I hope that they would utilize some of the nuggets that you have given today, and either DM you and pick your brain even more, because that's how we learn. That's how we level up, by picking brains of people who are actually in the grind, in the trenches, and actually doing it. And you're not only doing it, but you're bearing fruit. From your doings. A lot of people saying they're doing stuff and they really don't have no fruit to show with it. So I just want to say thank you and give you your flowers now. While we're talking, because you're out there doing your thing, and kudos to you and all your team members and all your family and friends who are out there supporting you.
Thank you.
Listen, Black lives matter. Black business matter. Black entrepreneurs matter. Like, listen, Black excellent matters.
Yes, all that. Your elite nature matters.
Come on, somebody. So definitely, I'm gonna get on themselves, because I'm supposed to, everything going on, I'm supposed to have a shirt. My goal was to have one of your shirts on while I do this interview. But with everything going on, there's no, I ain't gonna give it.
You just had a baby today. I'm just happy we even on this call. You had a baby today. We're done here. Until next time, Ryan.
Right. Until next time, like, I'm blessed. My prince came. He came on his due date. They said November 18th, and he came on November 18th. He was here. He's out here. Listen. So me and his mom, we're
legacy
really
building
about his arrival, and we definitely gonna be doing some legacy building with him. He ain't got no choice. He ain't got no choice. But once again, thank you, Spirit, for all your time. Y'all go follow her. Go follow her. Go follow her on all her pages. Go to Spirit Speak and go to Elite Nature Apparel. Go to all of Elite Nature Fashion. Being Exposed.
Yeah.
Listen, hit her up. You know,
yeah,
sign up. Get it in. Get it in.
Until next time, Ryan, I love you, and I will talk to you later.
God bless you.
I don't even know how to exit this, so please just end it.
Oh yeah, I'm in it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everybody, for joining the RC9 It's been a pleasure. You know, stay tuned, stay connected. Follow me if you don't do so already. For our next guest, it's been a pleasure having Spirit on here. Many of you know her, and some of you that don't, go ahead and follow her business, and support Black business. Until next time, God bless. We out of here.